Hello, people of the internet. It is your boy Kishi Wishi, and today we're gonna go into another topic, something that's more so an abstract topic and not just solely me focusing on a workplace or like, oh, me going to the store and noticing so and so. No, this is something that I think that could actually, scratch your brain a bit. Maybe food for thought, as you will. This one I hopefully won't be as long because I'm doing this in like a very short time window, so I'm gonna try not to ramble on too much. But I wanted to go into why society is kind of the way it is, and like there's multiple factors that goes into like why people are becoming more and more divided, like different, quote unquote foreign powers controlling stuff in play, whatever the hell. I'm not gonna go into detail. There's only so much schizophrenia I can exude in these types of videos, right? Like I can't just go into a 3-hour rant talking about some country I've never been to. As much as I'd like to do that, I might do that on stream later. You never know. But no, today I wanted to talk about how a factor that I see in society that shifted slowly, but it like expedited even more since COVID is the stuff the relationship between men and women. Let's put it like that. Like to put it very bluntly, the more and more women become crass or like aggressive or just generally like upset or miserable, the worse society gets. And I don't think there's a single person on this planet that would disagree with me. And if you do disagree with me, it's like, okay, bro, shut the fuck up. I genuinely don't care. Because, like, bro, just think about it. The women are like what's the word I'm looking for? They're like the root of society. How well the woman in our society is doing directly affects how society is doing as a whole. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot of reports saying that women are not doing so good right now. Like, like the whole male loneliness epidemic. Turns out, if you look at the statistics, the male loneliness epidemic isn't much of an epidemic as people put it as. Like, it's like one of those things where they say it so it'll put like an uproar and have people like have a bunch of discussions about it and argue about it. But in reality, the male loneliness epidemic, like really and truly, niggas that are lonely will find a way to spend their time, like, oh, I'm lonely as shit. You know what I have? I have a PS5. I'm just going to play the PS5. And, once you have a PS5 and you're playing, you're more than likely going to meet people online, depending on what games you're playing. So like, quote unquote, or not quote unquote, I don't know why I say it. I guess that's just my favorite thing to say today. But like, realistically speaking, the male loneliness epidemic only counts in, like, if you think about it in a feminine sense, like, oh, all these guys are not in relationships and they're single, so they must be lonely, right? No, we're not. Well, I'm not. Wait, hold on. I wish she was here right now. I dead ass wish she was here. Maybe I can ramble this on so she could come back in, so I can quote unquote show proof. But I'm not one of you niggas anymore. I'm not one of you niggas anymore. But just because a nigga is not in a relationship does not mean they're lonely, because let's be honest. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because think, like, if you look at the statistics, there's more women now, more than ever, that are getting prescribed antidepressants. And this could go into an even bigger topic, is like, oh, why are women getting antidepressants? Is it because they're going to work, or is it because we're conditioning them to believe that they're not good enough and the only way they can be good enough is by spending money, and by them spending money they have to work, and them working is stressful, so they work to spend money to make themselves feel better, and when they don't feel better they go back to work to make more money so they can make themselves feel better, and it's just a constant loop. And then just throw in a freaking Lexapro cocktail in there, and then boom, that's the modern woman, guys. That's the modern woman, right? But then, with that being said, if more and more women are just genuinely being unhappy people and are generally like just like going through life being aggressive and cynical, What does that leave men with? Nothing. We have nothing. Like, I'm lucky enough to have a girlfriend that is at least like we're working with each other in a sense. Like, yeah, the way how modern society is, it makes no sense for either of us to be in a relationship with each other. But the fact that we're still together 9 months in, and I know 9 months isn't a long time, like, don't get me wrong, I've been in a relationship for 4 years before, so I know 9 months isn't really, it's like a fraction of a relationship. But as things are going right now, like, I can see where if we keep continuing to fight, and I'm not saying like fight with each other, but like fight like temptations, or like, oh, this is the easy way out. It's like, oh, why would I be with you when so and so is giving me no. But for the broader general population who aren't in relationships, men see women going around being, I'm just gonna say it, some of you girls out there are the most some of y'all are just repugnant fucking cunts. Let's be fucking honest. Some of you guys are like disgusting as shit when it comes to how you interact with people, especially with the people of the male gender. So with that being said, if men are biologically wired to want to succeed at with the reward being like, if I keep working, if I keep doing the right things, if I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, I will eventually get the reward of having a wife and a family. If men constantly see, hey, these bitches are just vapid fuckers who are annoying as shit, disrespectful as fuck, and ungrateful as fuck, why would I achieve anything? I'm just gonna want to live comfortably and do nothing. And that's where we are in society right now. We have, like, on one side, we have women who are increasingly getting more and more burnt out because of the societal messaging of, hey, you're not worth shit unless you have shit. And then you have men on the other side who has that same messaging, but on top of, oh, I can go and get this shit, but I will still be treated like shit. Why would I go and work for anything? We just have a society that is slowly crumbling from the inside out, because eventually the women, the hardworking women who are doing the work that the men that are supposed to be doing but are not doing, when those women eventually burn out all the fucking way, and then you have all the men there who are supposed to be capable enough to do the shit that the women are doing but they're not, you just have a melting pool of like people that can be easily controlled. Because what's very easy to control? A weak man who can't do shit, and an overworked woman who has no energy to defend herself, even though to begin with she's like the most vulnerable person in the population. That's where we are right now in society, and I don't see how it can get better without personal accountability. Like, I feel like if everyone can like individually recognize, hey, you know what? Society as a whole is the way it is, but just because it's the way it is doesn't mean I have to follow the messaging. Like, oh yeah, you know, girl boss, manipulator, gaslighter, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Just because your besties and like all the other bitches you hang out with do that shit and are constantly getting like hurt and played by the same niggas they're quote unquote manipulating, why the fuck are you gonna follow suit with them? And then in the same breath, turning over to the other part of the aisle, looking at my niggas, my nigga, are you a man or are you a bitch? Why are you only motivated to do shit if there's pussy involved? You know what I mean? Like, why is it that you are just so wired for female validation that you don't even feel the need within yourself to improve and be a better person? And with the whole looks maxing community, that's another part of the thing. The looks maxing community is literally the very definition of the beautiful ones. You know that little rat experiment they have where, oh, at a certain point in society, the rats just started making themselves look as beautiful as possible, but had no motivation to have sex or reproduce or create offspring. Yeah, that's what the looks maxing community is. Because, bro, taking a whole bunch of drugs to make yourself look better but fuck up your endocrine system so it's to a point where your body starts producing estrogen more than it produces testosterone. Like, they don't talk about that. Like, you see these glass skin motherfuckers with their freaking chiseled ass jaws, but no facial hair whatsoever, and their muscle mass is just like an anime drawing. Like, you have a bunch of motherfuckers walking around looking like Sasuke's, when in reality, if they didn't fuck up their endocrine system, they'd be looking like fucking Rock Lee or some other muscular motherfucker from Naruto. I don't know, the Raikage. Like, if those motherfuckers actually like put in the time to actually work out, or like not really looks max but health max, like if they actually health maxed, they would be looking more like the Raikage from Naruto and less like fucking Sasuke. But no, these motherfuckers are just like, oh, you know, women like the less assuming type. They want you to be lean and skinny but muscular at the same time with a pretty face. Like, bro, you do know that the reason why women are more attracted to men like that as a whole, and this is generalizing, is because of birth control. Like, there's been multiple studies saying that birth control makes women more attracted to more feminine men. Luckily for this is a little bit of TMI. My girlfriend started after we got together, so she thought I was attractive before she took it. So, like, you know, it's just a plus for me. You know, I'm not going into detail, but you know what the pill's for. You know what the pill's for. But yeah, she's taking her sweet little time, so she won't be making an appearance in this video. But yeah, moral of the story, or food for thought. What do you think? Do you think society will get any better if we all start taking personal accountability for our lives and stop listening to the messaging that we see every day? Like, literally everybody knows that we're being manipulated. The Epstein file. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said the name. The Palm Beach Pete files have been released. We know it. We know it. We're in a world now where it's like it's going back to feudalism, where we know that the elites are corrupt. We just have to find a way to survive within the corrupt society. Stop depending on the elites. Accept personal responsibility and accountability. Do what you can do. Learn a trade. Learn a skill, valuable skill, or just become a well-rounded person. Don't put all your stats into one skill tree, because if you do that and that skill tree gets thrown away, you have no skills and you're just a homeless bum on the side of the road. Anyways, if you took anything away from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. Oh, actually, she just came in. Sophia, say hi real quick.
Hi.
Okay, there's my proof. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.